So I'm back at it again here testing mini screwdrivers with the highly requested ES15S along with the just released Fanttik E2 series and others on the market. So first up on the dyno, the Solware JD006 with an MSRP of $50, producing here roughly half a watt. Next, the General Tools number 502 for $35, again producing roughly half a watt. Miniware ES15S with an MSRP of $120, producing almost 5 watts here. The Funtick E1 Ultra, MSRP of $60, coming in just above 2 watts. The Fanttik E2 Max for $75, slotting in right below the ES15S and the Funtick. The Fanttik E2 Ultra, $80 MSRP, pushing right above the E2 Max and below the ES15. So looking at watts overall, this is comparing the data from the first test video with the testing today. That ES15S there is on top, followed by the new E2 Ultra and E2 Max, and surprisingly coming in fourth here is that knockoff Funtick E1 Ultra. Keep in mind here, you do not see a watts for the Strabito. That's because during part 1, I could not get the Strabito to actually charge. Dynamic torque wise, the new E2 Ultra is on top, followed by that knockoff E1 Ultra, and then the E2 Max. Looking at that dynamic torque across different modes if available here. Hard joint torque where you're going to be trying to bust a fastener loose. Again, E2 Ultra here on top, followed by the E2 Max and that knockoff E1 Ultra. Battery charge time, of course the General Tools here comes in first because it has the replaceable AAAs, followed by that ES15S. Now when we look at watt hour capacity, this is based off of charging here. So taking in consideration the charge time with the watt hours, we can get charging watts. So coming in last, the General Tool. So the biggest benefit, it has 2 AAA batteries which are removable, forward reverse switch, single LED, also comes with this small assortment of bits. Next, the Solware, USB-C charging port on the base, little screen here with battery indication, forward reverse buttons. It will also display the driving direction, 2 LEDs on the front. Comes with a USB-C to A cable. Nice little case here displaying the tool in the center. Push to pop out. Good assortment of bits, your pry tool, tweezers. Coming in fourth, we have the knockoff Funtick. I mean, just look at this here. USB-C charging port on the end. Nice little screen, battery indication, mode setting. Of course, your forward and reverse. Hold the mode setting to turn the light on the front. Overall, it was pretty shocking by the actual performance. Comes with a USB-A to C cable. Almost identical case here to the Fanttik. Nice assortment of bits, pry tool, and tweezers. And also in the box, it comes with these additional bits. I'm going to put the ES15S here in third, mainly because how it's kitted and what it comes with for the MSRP of $120. At the end, you have the USB-C port and a set switch. So if you hold the set button on the back, you can get in the parameters. And here you can adjust things like speed. So we have 3 settings, 220, 360, 470, sensitivity, low, medium, high, impact, where it'll actually act like an impact to hopefully break a fastener loose. If you want the light on or off on the front, how bright you want the screen, if you want the beep sound on, language, restore settings, and some basic data on the tool. So in the center, it shows us we're in reversing and battery indication. So just clicking the button on the back, you can cycle between the torque modes from 1 to 5. So if we click the tool, double clicking the button gets us into the other menu. Here, we could cycle between stationary mode, automatic mode, tightening mode, or reversing mode. So in automatic mode, this has a gyro inside, similar to DeWalt. So once we hold that, turn the screwdriver, you can see we can change it between forward and reverse just by rotating the screwdriver. So yeah, a lot going on here. If you're looking for the most amount of adjustments, again, you have 3 speeds, you have 5 torque levels, you have that automatic mode with the gyro, or you have manual mode, forward, reverse, or fixed manual mode. Kit-wise, here's where things are lacking. It's in a cardboard box. You do have this small assortment of bits and a cutout here in the box in foam for the tool. The Fanttik E2 Max, USB-C port here on the end. There's an LED ring right here which flashes green when charging, solid when fully charged, and then when the battery is getting low, it will light up red. On the base, there's manual position, mode 1, mode 2, and mode 3. Forward reverse rocker there, LEDs on the front. Other than that, it's a pretty simple screwdriver. Comes with a USB-C to A cable, this nice little rectangular case, which has a large assortment of bits, your tweezers, your pry bar. And in first place, I'm going to give the Fanttik E2 Ultra. Same deal on the back. Now you have 5 modes here instead of 3. What mode you're in is displayed here. So you can see this change when we cycle through the modes. And again, the LEDs on the front. USB A to C cable, so it comes with a round storage container. Bits here, your pry tool, your tweezers on this rotary. So if you want the best of the best, I would say you're going to want to go with this ES15S. If you're looking for a little cheaper price, better storage option, I would go with one of the Fanticks here. Mainly the E2 Ultra for a few dollars more, and you get a higher torque. One thing to keep in mind when looking at the Fanttik Next E1 versus the E2, you can see there's quite a bit of size different. So roughly 16.5 versus 20. For budget, I would go with the knockoff Funtick or the Roy Toa that I tested in part 1. So I did some subjective scoring here. Each column has a rating of possibly a 0 to a 10 with cost per watt, cost versus torque, charge time versus watt hour capacity, if you can use a C to C charging cable, the accessories that come with the tool, number of clutch settings, and then we have the overall score. So here you have it. Hopefully you found this video useful. Let us know in the comments if you have any of these. Specs will be at the end here like normal, along with an overview of what bits come with each of these. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.